Most people think that the Amish are trapped in time and terrified of technology. Yet this couldn't be further from the truth. They use diesel engines. They have advanced hydraulic systems and pneumatic tools.
See that? It's a whole workstation run off of air.
Yet, to the Amish, a tool is something you hold, not something that holds you. And that's the dividing line. And very soon we're going to have to make a decision, you and I and everyone else. How Amish are we going to be? Because we're creating a new tool. Not a tool of power, but a tool of thought.
Yeah, I thought something was amish.
Over 100 years ago, a new material was discovered. This quantum material that could transport power and energy over vast distances at an incomprehensible speed. It could power the light bulb and also heat our homes. And this was electricity. Nikola Tesla, among others, discovered this fantastic use cases, and we no longer needed to chop our own wood in order to heat our homes and light our homes. We just needed a wire. And this is where the Amish rejected. They didn't reject electricity, they rejected the wire, they rejected the grid and the connectivity, because the Amish didn't want to be reliant on a man 500 miles away in a factory supplying them with the power that they needed to survive. They wanted to be self-sufficient. And that's where their objection lay. Not with the technology, but with the reliance and the dependence on someone that they actually couldn't control. It was a safety mechanism, a protective mechanism, and a guarantee of their survival. To the Amish, they realized a trade was happening, a trade of your own autonomy and sovereignty for convenience, but also obedience. And they didn't want that. They wanted to be in control of their own lives, even if that meant it was a slightly more difficult life. AI is the new electricity. It's about to spread and flow into so many parts of our reality. And we need to make a new calculation. How much of a digital Amish are we going to be? Where is the cutoff point? And I'd like for you to listen to your heart as I give these next examples and ask yourself, am I comfortable with this? Reading the emails, responding to the emails, telling me what to do each day, telling me who my friends should be, telling my friends if they should be friends with me, teaching my children instead of people, giving them the nuclear codes, running the entire government, brain electrodes and IV analysis to know exactly what we're thinking and feeling at all times in order to coerce us and guide us to a version that is better for us. If any of those feel uncomfortable for you, you are the new digital Amish. And you're not alone. There are going to be many of us. And what is going to form is something called a counterculture. With all technologies, what you'll find is the proportion of individuals don't accept it and they lean even harder into the old school. Every time there's a new technology, there is a group that rejects this mass conformity and favors more of a preservation of the human spirit. For example, the Romantics rejected the Industrial Revolution. People still use vinyl records instead of digital, even though they're not as perfect. There's a rawness to it that brings a human quality that people desire and yearn for. And now there's a popularization of dumb phones instead of smartphones. And what we're going to find with AI is there's going to be this counterculture. People that reject the online connectivity and start to come together as groups in person more. I believe we're going to have a mass counterculture to this, where people realize what's important to them because they're being brought to this equation, this calculation that they need to do. Where do I draw the line? And they're going to recognize what's important to them. And it's probably going to be community and art and all the things that are human. And we're going to be drawn to it more because we're going to be pushed away from this AI. The question isn't if AI is going to transform everything, it already has. The question is, where is your boundary? How much convenience are you going to trade for your growth and sovereignty? And how much are we going to trade our children and grandchildren's ability to become well-rounded individuals that can problem solve? Because Everything in your life that you're good at came with some friction, and the AI is going to remove all friction from life. But without that friction, we're just going to slide.